welcome to Channel 7 News at 5. We have finally just received news that the riots and protests here in Romania have finally paid off. Today, December 25th, 1989, Nicolae Ceausescu and his wife Elena Ceausescu have been executed immediately after receiving their death sentence at the conclusion of their trial earlier today. They were convicted of genocide, massacre, destruction of communal property, economic subversion, attempted escape, and hoarding of more than 1 billion in Swedish bank accounts. Here's Anna Schleven with a historical tribute to the 1,104 people who lost their lives in this fight for the end of communism. It's hard to believe we're really here, isn't it, Anna?
It is, Athena. We all remember this spring when the Letter of Six, which was written by our leading intellectuals, was sent to our former president, Nicolae Ceausescu. No one thought the accusations in that letter would prove effective. However, 11 days ago, the riots for freedom began. On December 14th, an unsuccessful attempt to organize occurred in Jese. This lit a spark that ignited a revolution. Hungry, cold, and poor, the citizens of Romania are tired of Ceausescu's communist dictatorship, and we have finally risen up to defeat him. December 15th marks the beginning of our successful revolution. The faithful residents of the city of Timișoara band together in front of the Laszlo Tokes house Laszlo Tokes house to prevent the clergyman's deportation. Riots broke out and lasted until early the next morning. On the 17th, a secret police force was used against the demonstrators, resulting in the death of 60 people. The violence continued for the next 2 days, during which factories and plants began to strike. Ceausescu finally made a comment regarding the riots on December 20th, claiming that the initiators of the riots are, quote, avengers, revisionists, and foreign secret services. That same day, the Romanian Democratic Front formed. Ceausescu then faced problems with his own military, whose commanders refused to send the soldiers to fight again. Despite the lack of support from his army, Ceausescu decided to repeat a speech he had given early in his career.
Comitetul politic executiv privind nivelul de trai al oamenilor muncii. Am hotărât în această dimineață ca începând de la 1 ianuarie să majorăm în cursul anului viitor retribuția.
He was met with cries of, quote, away with Ceausescu, and violence ensued in Bucharest. On December 22nd, tens of thousands of people took part in demonstrations in the capital. The newly appointed commander-in-chief of the army gave an order to return to the barracks. The only escape for the dictator from the Central Committee building was by helicopter due to the surrounding demonstrators. The National Salvation Front claimed authority with leaders who were former activists and representatives of the army. A temporary president was appointed named Ion Leșcu, a marginal party activist who was pushed aside by Ceausescu. The withdrawal of troops from the fighting did not mean the end of the fights. Armed defenders of the regime appeared in the cities. They were called, quote, terrorists, and they shot at the demonstrators, killing many people. On the afternoon of 22nd of December, the escaping Ceausescu was arrested. A military tribunal was declared to conduct the trial of Ceausescu and his wife, which occurred earlier today. We are truly relieved to see the end of communism, and we honor and respect those who lost their lives and family members from the cause.
Thank you, Anna. The world will surely be watching closely to see what kind of government our people will form for the future. And by watching, I mean really watching. This is perhaps the first revolution in our history that has been covered and televised so extensively.